Allegiance led by Commissioner O'Grady.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, as a reminder, this is a public meeting and is being recorded. For those of you calling in, please ensure that you muted your phone line by pressing *6, and we appreciate your cooperation. If I could, before proceeding, I want to point out a few things. One, briefing session for this Thursday, July 8th, has been canceled. And additionally, the general session for Tuesday, July 13th, will begin at 11 a.m. It will begin at 11 a.m. on Tuesday. Also want to take a personal point of privilege to just recognize, I think Brian Winston is with us today. He's shadowing, so thank you so much for being with us today. I'm certain that with Deputy Administrator Bivens, you'll learn a lot about Franklin County, what we do, and what we're trying to accomplish. So welcome to Franklin County. And then also I want to recognize Prosecutor Gary Tyak has joined us today, and I want to welcome him. So it's such a pleasure to see you with us. I must say, we like Janine Hummer just as much as we like you, but it is good to have you, though.
You say as much as you mean more, is what you really mean.
Well, I was going to say that I thought, but it is good to see you, sir. So
That's okay.
welcome to the Board of Commissioners. With that, is there a motion for the minutes of June 29, 2021, general session, the July 1st, 2021 briefing session, and the June 30th, 2021 administrative briefing?
Move approval of minutes?
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Thank you. The minutes have been approved.
Perfect. First up, we have the engineer.
Begin with the public
Oh,
hearing.
and we have a public hearing. Clerk, please read the public hearing notice.
Resolution regarding the vacation of a portion of Rary Road, unimproved, Madison Township, Franklin County, Ohio, viewed, engineer to file report by July 13th, 2021.
At this time, I'd like to open up the public hearing for this resolution. Is there anyone here in the audience or on the screen who would like to speak on this public hearing today? Mr. Clerk, I don't believe we have any speaker slips filled out.
Yes, sir.
Okay, seeing that there are none, I'd like to close the public hearing and have the clerk read the resolution into the record.
Thank you. Resolution number 51321, vacation of a portion of Rary Road, unimproved, Madison Township, Franklin County, Ohio, viewed, engineer to file report by July 13th, 2021. Mr. Engineer, you're muted, sir.
Thank you, Dean. Appreciate that. Good morning, Commissioners, administration, staff, and constituents. My name is Cornell Robertson, honored to serve as your Franklin County engineer and Franklin County drainage engineer. Commissioner Crawley, congratulations and welcome to the Franklin County family. I look forward to working with you on roads, bridges, and infrastructure for multiple modes of transportation. The Franklin County Engineers Office is an agency of action, innovation, and collaboration, also known as the Franklin County Way. Commissioners, this first resolution is for right-of-way vacation in the southeast part of the county in Madison Township for a portion of unimproved Rary Road, east of Pontius Road, west of Braun Road, and south of Hayes Road. This resolution is the second in a series of 3 to vacate the right-of-way, states it has been viewed, and directs the county engineer to develop a plat for your approval at the final hearing, which is scheduled for July 13th. Madison Township Board of Trustees filed the petition, and so far we have not heard from anyone who may be against it. Happy to answer any questions you may have.
If there are no questions or comments, I'll move approval of resolution 51321.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 51321 has been adopted. Resolution number 51421, report first of the Franklin County engineer establishing sums of compensation for a portion of the owners of property abutting the Bigsby Road 3.45 over Holton Ditch, FRA-CR 229-03.45, improvement project, Madison Township, Franklin County, Ohio, in the amount of $1,900.
Commissioners, this bridge replacement is in the southeast part of the county in Madison Township along Bixby Road over Holton Ditch. Of Franklin County's 360 bridges, this is one of 48 that is over 100 years old. It has served motorists well and is ready to be replaced. Its replacement is part of a larger project with the City of Groveport along Bixby Road between Groveport Road and State Route 317, which will also include a pedestrian path over the bridge. This resolution is the first report for right-of-way acquisition and includes 2 properties. The appraisals were based on fair market value, and we coordinated with the prosecutor's office. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
There are no comments or questions. I'll move approval of Resolution 51421.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 51421 has been adopted. Resolution number 51521, report third of the Franklin County Engineer establishing sums of compensation for a portion of the owners of property abutting the Elliott Road and Hayden Run Road Drainage Improvement Project, Brown Township and Washington Township, Franklin County, Ohio, in the amount of $62,105.
This drainage improvement is in the northwest part of the county in Washington Township along Elliott Road and along Hayden Run Road. The project will reconstruct Joseph Carr Ditch by repairing and replacing drainage tile, some of which is 100 years old. It will also upgrade roadway drainage with regraded roadside ditches and new roadway drainage crossings. This resolution is the third report for right-of-way acquisition and includes 3 properties. Again, the appraisals were based on fair market value, and we coordinated with the prosecutor's office. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 51521.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 51521 has been adopted. Resolution number 51621, report seventh of the Franklin County Engineer establishing sums of compensation for a portion of the owners of property abutting the Morris Road at Babbitt Road Improvement Project, Plain Township and Jefferson Township, Franklin County, Ohio, in the amount of $18,990.50.
This capital improvement project is in the northeast part of the county on the line between Jefferson Township and Plain Township, at the intersection of Morse Road and Babbitt Road, where we plan to build a single-lane roundabout in 2022, utilizing ODOT safety funds and funds from Ohio Public Works Commission. This resolution is the 7th report for right-of-way acquisition and includes 1 property. Again, the appraisal was based on fair market value, and we coordinated with the prosecutor's office. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 51621.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 51621 has been adopted. Resolution number 51721, resolution authorizing the Franklin County Engineer to enter into a contract modification with J&J Schlegel Incorporated for 2021 general drainage investigation and repair services, an increase of $621,359 for a revised contract amount of $2,043,581.
This resolution is for a construction contract modification with J&J Schlegel for the 2020-2021 General Drainage Maintenance and Repair Program. J&J Schlegel has been asked to provide additional drainage improvements for the Franklin County Engineers Office and the Franklin County Drainage Engineers Office to proactively utilize American Rescue Plan funding for stormwater infrastructure improvements along McCoy Ditch Central, which is north of Broad Street, and Morris Ditch. We have been working very closely with Administrator Wilson and appreciate his help in navigating the complexity of using such important funding from the federal level. As you know from our constituents and farming community, drainage is challenged in Franklin County due to the flat topography and the fact that many of our drainage systems were built over 100 years ago with clay tile designed to last 50 years. Therefore, we are very happy to learn that ARP funding can be used for stormwater infrastructure and appreciate your collaboration for such. I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 51721.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 51721 has been adopted. Resolution number 51821, resolution awarding contract and approving contract bond to Columbus Asphalt Paving Incorporated for the Eureka Avenue, Valley View Drive, Highland Avenue, and Harper Road Improvement Project in the amount of $595,387.13.
Commissioners, as stated, this capital improvement project is in the central part of the county in Franklin Township along Eureka Avenue, Valley View Drive, Highland Avenue, and Harper Road. This is a collaboration among Franklin County and Columbus Recreation and Parks Department to improve drainage along these routes and to widen the shoulders for pedestrians and bicyclists, completing a gap in the Ohio to Erie Trail. This resolution is a construction contract award with Columbus Asphalt Paving. We held a competitive bid on June 8th of 2021, had only 2 bids, and Columbus Asphalt Paving had the lowest and best bid. This is a locally funded project, therefore the Franklin County Engineers Equitable Business Enterprise has been implemented with an EBE aspirational goal of 6%. Rath Builders Supply and MU Trucking will be subcontractors to meet or surpass that goal. Happy to answer any questions you may have.
There's no comments or questions. I'll move approval of Resolution 51821.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 51821 has been adopted. Resolution number 51921, resolution awarding contract and approving contract bond to the Shelley Company for the 2021 Franklin County Township Resurfacing Program in the amount of $3,096,263.83.
Commissioners, this resolution is a construction contract award with the Shelley Company for our annual resurfacing program for various township roads. This is separate from the annual county resurfacing program that has already begun. This year's township program includes 19 miles of resurfacing on 90 township roads in 11 different townships. We held a competitive bid opening on June 10th of 2021, received only 3 bids, and the Shelley Company had the lowest and best bid. The Franklin County Engineers Equitable Business Enterprise Program has been implemented, and the EBE goal is 6%. The Shelley Company has listed Buds Inc. and Jennings Trucking as their EBE subcontractors. Happy to answer any questions you may have, and Commissioner Boyce, after you all vote on this resolution, could I make one more point before I step down from the virtual floor?
Absolutely. Thank you.
There's no comments or questions. I'll move approval of Resolution 51921.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 51921 has been adopted.
Engineer Robertson, please proceed.
Thank you very much. Commissioners, on the last 2 resolutions I presented for construction contract awards, you heard we received only 2 bids for one project and 3 bids for the other. Recently, we put out for bid precast concrete culvert fabrication for 2 bridges on Olentangy River Road as a time-saving technique, but we didn't receive any bids at all. Our next step for those bridges will be to include fabrication of the concrete culverts in the bid for the larger project, so I think we'll be okay. On another project, being Boer Road Bridge over tributary of Strader Ditch, we put it out for competitive bid twice and didn't receive any acceptable bids within the allowable range of 110% of the engineer's estimate. My team and I are studying other options to still be able to construct this project in 2021. I wanted to point out this trend that I'm noticing out to you because we have 6 more projects to put out for a competitive bid for construction this year. It may be a result of coming out of the unfortunate COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic, the good rebound of our economy, and contractors having their plates full with plenty of work. I'm not sure, but I'm seeing this at my own home where I need to get a new roof, and home improvement contractors are so busy that I'm on a waiting list with a roof that leaks. Again, just wanted to let you know, we'll keep an eye on the situation and I'll keep you posted.
Engineer Robertson, thank you so much for that update. And it's really important to understand those dynamics, not just for your projects, but generally speaking for all of the things that we have to consider as commissioners. So that's a very helpful communication and update. So thank you very much. I don't know if Commissioner O'Grady had any comments or
Cornell,
questions.
talking to the guys in the trades these days, everybody I'm talking to says that they've got more work than they can handle and more work than they have men to do, or men and women to do the job. So it sounds like that may be the problem you're faced with right now.
But it's all the more reason, to Commissioner O'Grady's point, of why we have the programs that we have with JFS, and why we need more classes, and why we need more folks in that pipeline. And so, this really matches with the work that we've been doing over the last few years, Commissioner. And if anything, I'm glad Deputy Administrator Bivens is here, because if anything, it suggests that maybe there's more that we can do to increase those class sizes, increase, more, because, Central Ohio is going to grow for the next 20 years at least, at what they're projecting, at the same kind of pace and rate, and we need to be prepared for that. And so there's more we can do.
Be better for us to fill those classes and put more local folks in those classes than, some of these trades, I was talking to the guys the night of the Central Committee meeting, I was talking to them, they're having to bring in people from out of town right now.
Yeah.
No offense to folks coming in from out of town, but I'd rather employ Franklin County families than bring in families from out of town, out of state.
President Boyce, Commissioner O'Grady, we were just discussing this a few weeks ago in the construction inclusion team meeting with Dorsey Hager and Leland Bass and Deputy Administrator Long and Deputy Administrator Bivens. We've been really pushing to try to expand these classes and to provide the support that they need to the cohorts in those classes. We have American Rescue Plan dollars, and this is an excellent use for those dollars. We're just working with them to be able to put them in position to have successful candidates, and that's what they're working for. But we don't want anybody that could successfully go through the program not to go through it successfully. And we're going to continue that when we receive this kind of feedback. We want to continue to work towards that with our partners with the Central Ohio Building Trades.
Administrator Wilson and Deputy Administrator Bivens, over the years, we've talked with organized labor about, the idea that not every young person is destined for college. Not everybody should be in a college prep environment when they're in high school, and that we should be providing alternatives through the building trades for an opportunity and an option. Maybe we should be also talking to, maybe rekindling that conversation with the Mark Fluhardys and Dorsey Hagers of the world to maybe continue to create options and opportunities in some of our school districts to give young folks the opportunities to head right into the trades.
We could
Thank you,
give,
Commissioners.
Deputy Administrator Bivens a chance to comment as well.
Thank you, Commissioners. Joy Bivens, Deputy County Administrator of Health and Human Services. We actually have been talking to providers regarding putting together programs as early as 8th grade or middle school. So they get exposed early so that it becomes more of a generational impact versus, after I graduate, then think about what I'm going to do. So we're working on a couple providers now because they would like to work with our middle school youth in order to expose them at an earlier age for the trades. Because when you talk about 20 years, we're talking about decades. So we need to make sure that pipeline is, and that bench is being filled way before they turn 20, 19, 22.
We also have folks beyond the trades. We also have folks in the construction field, Jim Negron at Corner Kokosing, and others that have, what's his name? Bill Burgett
Yes.
at Kokosing.
Yes.
That are very passionate about this stuff and would like to partner with us on things of this nature. So we should talk further about, creating sustainable programming in this area to maybe go steps beyond the programs that we already have, the
Building futures.
building
driving
futures, building and driving futures.
Yes.
But, programs beyond that are taught, things that we're talking about, and you're talking about in terms of junior high and high school age programs. So, yeah, this is
And if I could
great
add, too,
opportunities.
If I could add too, really begs the question too, what we're doing in early education with kids. Remember wood shop and home ec and those classes that really sort of exposed you to the trades. And at the time, we didn't really realize what they were exposing us to. But I think back of all the classes I've had in my life, and I think those were probably the more useful classes of all. And I wish we could go back to that. And so there's something to be said about early exposure to trade, like jobs and activities. And even if you don't go into trades, how important it is in life in general. and how those skills transfer into other things. And it makes for us, it makes a stronger community. I think what Engineer Robertson has pointed out is a very serious issue for us, and I think it illustrates, missing that point in terms of the trades and how important they are. Here we are. There are regions that would kill to have the kind of growth that we're experiencing, and yet here we are, undermanned, if you will, and that's something that we have to own, but more importantly, figure out going forward. And so I challenge everybody that's listening for us to begin to think, building futures and driving futures are excellent programs, but it's going to take more than Franklin County offering those classes. And I know Columbus is getting in on that. But we need, CCS to be engaged. We need Whitehall schools and Reynoldsburg schools and Gahanna schools and Pickerington and Dublin. We need all of them to be fully engaged and to really rethink how we engage with the trades long term. We're talking 20 years of almost certain sustained growth for Central Ohio, but who knows what it looks like beyond that, And so we've got to really begin to think about that. And so maybe I would suggest maybe we have a regional conversation with the partners, maybe the suburb, the school districts and suburbs, maybe we do a one-day, 2-hour kind of conversation about collaborating and coordinating in Franklin County, sort of taking the lead to support that pipeline and figure that out with the trades and so forth. But I think it's something that's worthwhile, because today we're looking at these projects, but tomorrow it could be something much serious and much more greater.
I'll tap into your
That's a
offices.
great idea. Pre-pandemic, my staff and I went out to Bishop Reedy High School, with Catholic schools, with Dorsey, with the principal of the school and some of the faculty, with former State Representative Mike Curtin, and we went out and sat and talked about they were beginning at the time, and I'd have to follow up with the school and see where they are now, but they were beginning at the time to offer building futures as a curriculum at the high school. So I don't know how many of the other, and there was a representative of the diocese there as well. So I don't know how many of the other high schools are starting to do it in the Catholic school system, but I know that there was a conversation because there was a representative of the diocese there with some of the other high schools looking to do it as well. So, we should certainly be talking to folks at ESCC, Tom, what's his name?
Dr. Worley, Tom
Yeah.
Worley.
Yes, we should be talking to folks and seeing what we can't, what conversations we can't continue to have.
Commissioners, this is an excellent point made, because we do have our career centers built in the school system, such as the Southwest Career Academy.
Tolls.
Yeah. So I think we need to reach into our career academies, and it provides an opportunity for our youth, especially some coming out of high school and trying to finish up in the pandemic and having a great career opportunity. Deputy Administrator Bibbins, I'm thinking about our JAM program. Some individuals that successfully complete those credits this summer, this would be an excellent opportunity if they're interested in the building trades to explore those opportunities. So this is something we definitely need to look into. I know internally for county government, we're looking at building up a Franklin County's future, because we want to, in our own agency, build up apprenticeships.
Thank you. I'll reach into your offices to see who needs to be in this collective meeting, and I'll work with county administration to make sure we get it done.
Great.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Engineer. We really appreciate you being thoughtful about sharing that. Appreciate that.
Yep, you're quite welcome. Thank you. All wonderful, great ideas. And I really appreciate the extra conversation today. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Take care. Next, child support enforcement.
Resolution number 5/2021, resolution authorizing a participation agreement to obtain location information through West Publishing Corporation through the Consolidated Lead Evaluation and Reporting Database in the amount of $22,996.28.
Good morning, Commissioners. Bill Peltz, Assistant Director representing the Child Support Enforcement Agency. This resolution for your consideration authorizes the agency to enter into a participation agreement by and between the County Commissioners Association, CCAO, the County CSEAs, the Ohio CSEA Directors Association, OCDA, and West Publishing Corporation's Consolidated Lead Evaluation and Reporting Clear database. The contract is in the amount of $22,996.28 and is effective from June 1st, 2021 until May 31st, 2023. The purpose of this contract is to provide staff with access to information needed to locate individuals for the purposes of arranging paternity testing, to gain client participation in administrative and judicial hearings, and for the enforcement of support orders. This service agreement provides the CSEA with access to West's Clear database, which has several innovative proprietary features to locate clients, including public records, incarceration data, as well as 500 monitoring alerts to notify staff if additional location information is received. These services were competitively bid by the CCAO, and the agreement utilizes a joint purchasing program which allows local agencies to take advantage of the statewide negotiated price. The OCDA will be responsible for the administration of this agreement. Pending any questions, I ask this resolution be approved.
There's no comments or questions. I'll move approval of Resolution 5/2021.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 5/2021 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Next, Economic Development and Planning.
Resolution number 5/2121, review of petition to annex 0.91 acres more or less from Clinton Township to the City of Columbus, case number ANX-23-21.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jenny Snap, Assistant Director, Economic Development and Planning. This resolution is to consider an expedited Type 2 annexation petition of 0.91 acres from Clinton Township to the City of Columbus. The area to be annexed includes property located at 1195 Chesapeake Avenue, which is south of Chesapeake Avenue, east of Northwest Boulevard, north of King Avenue, and west of Kenny Road. The petition was filed by agent and attorney David Hodge of Underhill and Hodge. For the record, Eric Zartman is in attendance on behalf of Underhill and Hodge if you have any questions. On behalf of the owners, Yellow Dog Investments, LLC. 76.2% of the site's perimeter is contiguous with the City of Columbus, and the city passed ordinance number 1465-2021 on June 14, 2021, indicating the services that will be provided once the annexation is approved and a statement regarding incompatible land uses in the zoning buffer. The petition meets all statutory requirements outlined in Section 709.021 of the Ohio Revised Code, and pending any questions, we request your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 5/2021.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 5/2121 has been adopted. Resolution number 5/2221, review of petition to annex 93.8 acres more or less from Hamilton Township to the Village of Obetz, case number ANX-24-21.
Commissioners, this resolution is to consider an expedited Type 2 annexation petition of 93.8 acres from Hamilton Township to the Village of Obetz. The area to be annexed includes property located at 5080 Lockbourne Road, that's 2 parcels, which is east of Lockbourne Road, south of Rathmel Road, west of Alum Creek Drive, and north of London Groveport Road. The petition was filed by agent and attorney David Hodge of Underhill and Hodge. And for the record, Eric Zartman is in attendance should you have any questions. On behalf of the owners, Harold Wilburn and Judith Wilburn. 6.2% of the site's perimeter is contiguous with the Village of Obetz, and the village passed ordinance number 22-21 on June 14, 2021, indicating the services that will be provided once the annexation is approved, and a statement regarding incompatible land uses in the zoning buffer. The petition meets all statutory requirements and outlined in Section 709.021 of the Ohio Revised Code, and pending any questions, we request your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 5/2221.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 5/2221 has been adopted. Resolution number 5/2321, resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for John Smith at 2033 Eddystone Avenue, Clinton Township, 43224.
Commissioners, the property owner received a home loan for $3,215 from Franklin County. The requirements of the housing loan have been satisfied, the property taxes are paid and current, and I would respectfully ask the Commissioners sign the discharge of mortgage instrument on this property.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 52321.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 52321 has been adopted. Resolution number 52421, resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Savizze Rosvizio at 2292 Rolling Rock Drive, Columbus, Ohio 43229.
The property owner received a home loan for $3,000 from Franklin County. The requirements of the housing loan have been satisfied, the property taxes are paid and current, and I would respectfully ask the Commissioners to sign the discharge of mortgage instrument on this property.
Yeah, I have a question. Can the clerk read that name again? I'm kidding, okay.
Probably not, Commissioner.
I was just glad that Dean read it and not me.
Yeah, he did a good job. He did as good as anybody would ever do. So that was very good. I'm sure that person appreciates the
All
effort.
right. Let's be more respectful, Mr. Rosvizio. How's
Did you
that?
say it again? Say
I
it.
did.
Say it.
Rosvizio.
Very good. Very good.
All right. I will, if there's no more comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 52421.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 52421 has been adopted.
Very impressive.
Resolution number 52521, resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached subordination agreement to allow Pamela S. McLean to refinance her mortgage at 1387 Louvain Drive, Columbus, Ohio 43223.
The Commissioners hold a mortgage lien which secured a loan of $6,564.14 on the property. Ms. McLean would like to subordinate this loan in order to refinance her home with Union Savings Bank. The refinancing will reduce Ms. McLean's interest rate from 4.75% to 3%. All requirements for a lien subordination have been met and the property taxes are current. Therefore, I would respectfully ask that you approve this subordination agreement.
If there's no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 52521.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 52521 has been adopted.
Thanks, Jenny.
Thank you.
Thanks. Next, Sanitary Engineers.
Resolution number 52621, resolution authorizing a water pollution control loan fund application to the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency and the Ohio Water Development Authority for the engineering design phase of the Ferris Road Sanitary Sewer Improvement Project.
Morning, Commissioners. Ryan Stowe here with the Sanitary Engineer. In August 2020, a nomination was submitted to the Water Pollution Control Loan Fund for financial assistance for engineering and design phase of the Ferris Road Sanitary Sewer Improvement Project, which was placed on the intended projects list in December 2020 by the Ohio EPA. Sanitary Engineer is requesting $901,322, of which $153,730 is for engineering and design. Ohio EPA will provide assistance for engineering design for 5 years at an interest rate of 0.43%, which equates to a total debt service of $155,553.71. This project includes installing 4,080 linear feet of sanitary sewer collection infrastructure in the Ferris Park neighborhood of unincorporated Mifflin Township. Also, this resolution will allow the county administrator to submit a WPCLF application to the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency for the engineering and design phase assistance and sign all documents thereafter. Repayments for the loan will be made from the Sanitary Engineers Sewer Fund. Any questions or comments, I request the approval of this resolution.
If there's no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 52621.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 52621 has been adopted. Resolution number 52721, resolution authorizing a water pollution control loan fund application to the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency and the Ohio Water Development Authority for the engineering design phase of the North Hague Avenue Sanitary Sewer Improvement Project.
This project, similar to the last, in August 2020, a nomination was submitted to the WPCLF for financial assistance for engineering and design phase of our North Hague Avenue Sanitary Sewer Improvement Project. This project was also placed on the attended projects list in December of 2020 by the Ohio EPA. For this project, the sanitary engineer is requesting $1,839,540, of which $313,750 is for engineering and design. Ohio EPA will provide assistance for the engineering and design phase for 5 years at an interest rate of 0.43%, which equates to a total service of $317,472. This sanitary sewer project includes installing 7,726 linear feet of sanitary sewer collection infrastructure along North Hague Avenue and on Trayview Avenue in unincorporated Franklin Township. This resolution will also allow the county administrator to submit a WPCLF application to the Ohio EPA for engineering and design phase and sign all documents thereafter. Repayments for this loan will also be made from the Sanitary Engineers Sewer Fund. Pending any questions or comments, I request the approval of this resolution.
If there aren't any questions or comments, I'll move approval of Resolution 52721.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 52721 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Justice Policy and Programs.
Resolution number 52821. Resolution authorizing a contract renewal and modification for peer support and case management services with Wendy Adcock through the fiscal year 2018 Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration Medication Assisted Treatment Grant Program in the amount of $62,470.
Thank you. Good morning, Commissioners. Good morning, our Franklin County team. This resolution presented before you today is the approval of the contract renewal and modification for peer support and case management services with Ms. Adcock from the fiscal year 2018 SAMHSA grant in the amount of $62,470. Ms. Adcock has worked with Franklin County Office of Justice Policy and Programs since 2020 as a peer support specialist for justice-involved individuals involved in our Pathways ARC program, and has established herself as a valued member of the OJPP team and Rapid Resource Center. In addition, Ms. Adcock is also going to provide case management and peer support services at the Franklin County Correction Center and work in a non-traditional evening and weekend hours for the Rapid Resource Center to further support the group that we have for our recovery programs. The modification of the original contract does include the facilitation of those recovery management groups and adjust her hourly rate for case management services to the $24 per hour and the $30 per hour for group facilitation. The term of the contract renewal is for any additional term beginning July 1, 2021 and terminating September 30th, 2022. If there are no questions, we will ask approval of this resolution.
If there aren't any comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 52821.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 52821 has been adopted. Resolution number 52921, resolution authorizing 1, modification of award and 1, supplemental award to the City of Columbus for pre-trial assessment and batterers intervention services through the fiscal year 2018 Justice Assistance Grant in the amount of $21,725.
This resolution requests approval of a supplemental award. The funding, the support of these operations have been secured through multiple federal grant programs, and the court is researching alternative funding options to ensure sustainment of these vital services when this grant expires on September 30th, 2021. The probation assignment is based on risk and such requires a validated risk needs assessment tool that is administered, which can lengthen the period of the probation and court assignment. By contracting this service with Alvis, the period of time between assessment and assignment has been expedited, and additionally, the information provided through the assessment process is used by the municipal court during arraignment proceedings to determine release conditions. The second amendment of this award will continue to support the municipal court specialized batterers intervention program contracted through Equitas Health and authorize an extension of the program through September 30th of 21. While the batterer's intervention is widely available in Franklin County, there is a lack of intimate partner and domestic violence counseling options available to those in our community not identifying as heterosexual. The absence of treatment models sensitive to the perspectives of this target population places victims at a continued risk of victimization and can potentially result in ineffective outcomes as it relates to working with these batterers. So if there aren't any questions regarding this modification and supplemental award, we would ask approval at this time.
Well, if there aren't any comments or questions, I'll move approval of resolution 52921.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 52921 has been adopted. Resolution number 53021, resolution authorizing a contract for services with Make a Day Foundation for provision of homeless outreach and engagement, and a contract renewal with Derek L. Owens Group for case management and workforce readiness services through the fiscal year 2021 Targeted Community Alternatives to Prison Grant in the amount of $125,000.
Make a Day Foundation, we are asking for the contract in the amount of $50,000 for the provision of mobile outreach and engagement with homeless individuals at risk for justice involvement and/or substance use disorder. Make a Day will provide a minimum of 30 hours per month, providing service linkage and social services navigation, and host 5 mobile outreach events and coordinate advocacy services, including assistance with public benefits and pro bono legal assistance to aid individuals with navigating outstanding warrants and capiases, expungements, and child support obligations. It is anticipated upwards of 1,500 chronically homeless individuals will receive services with the goal of referring and linking 500 individuals to a range of health and human services. The Derek L. Owens Group, we are asking additionally for a resolution that will support a contract renewal in the amount of $75,000 for workforce readiness and AOD treatment linkage in the Whitehall and Reynoldsburg Mayor's Courts. DLOG will provide barriers to employment screening, individual and group sessions to address resumes, communication and interviewing skills, and workplace soft skills, as well as career referral and expungement assistance. Additionally, DLOG will provide alcohol, smoke, and substance involvement screenings and referrals and linkages to local providers, as well as individual and group sessions regarding various aspects of abstinence skill development. The city attorneys of Whitehall and Reynoldsburg have requested continuation of these services in their respective mayor's courts as a way to avoid incarceration of low-level offenders. Both contracts will be supported through funding with the fiscal year 21 Targeted Community Alternatives to Prison Grant Program. If there aren't any questions, we would ask for approval.
If there are no questions, I will move approval of resolution 53021.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 53021 has been adopted.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you. Next is purchasing.
Resolution number 53121, resolution authorizing a third contract extension for 2 countywide contracts for print shop paper and supplies in the amount of $450,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tracy Matthew,
Morning.
Assistant Director of Purchasing, presenting this morning with Marlise Wicker, Franklin County's Economic Equity Administrator in the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Commissioners, this resolution requests your approval of contract extensions with 2 vendors under countywide contracts for paper and supplies. The Purchasing Department issued a competitive invitation to bid in May of 2018 to secure various paper products and supplies used in our county print shop. Contracts were awarded to 2 vendors, Millcraft Paper Company and Sterling Paper Company. The initial term was 1 year with the option to extend for 4 one-year periods. This will be the 3rd extension with 1 remaining. These contracts are open to other county agencies who may place orders directly as needed. Pending any questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
There are no questions or comments. I'll move approval of resolution 53121.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 53121 has been adopted. Resolution number 53221, resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $1,286,409.03.
Commissioners, this resolution requests your approval of 73 purchase orders for which the county auditor has pre-certified available funding, and Marlise will take you through the SEBE POs.
Thank you, Tracy, and good morning, Commissioners. This week, we have for your consideration 8 out of 13 eligible purchase orders presented for award to 2 women business enterprise, 2 disadvantaged business enterprise, 2 small and emerging business enterprise, and 2 minority business enterprise, totaling $47,144.80, which equates to 62% of the eligible PO value and 56% of the eligible purchase order dollar value. The following agencies have increased supplier diversity of goods and services within Franklin County: Public and Facilities Management, Recorder's Office, Court of Appeals, Court of Common Pleas, and the Sheriff's Office.
Pending any questions, Commissioners, we respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
All right, any comments or questions? I'll move approval of Resolution 53221.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 53221 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, you too. Next, Board of Commissioners.
Resolution number 53321, resolution authorizing a supplemental appropriation in the Network Infrastructure Fund for the support of the data domain backup and recovery system expansion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Zach Telerik with the Office of Management and Budget. This resolution authorizes a supplemental appropriation in the amount of $1.1 million within the Network Infrastructure Fund to support the data domain backup and recovery system expansion, as well as approval of the purchase order for the project. The Network Infrastructure Fund was created in 2013 to support the Network Redundancy and Reliability Initiative, and monies continue to be set aside in the fund to support projects identified in Data Center's 5-year infrastructure roadmap. The roadmap originally included an upgrade in 2022 for the Domain Backup and Recovery System project. However, due to the success of the data center has experienced moving standalone data centers and applications to the county enterprise solution, the system reached capacity sooner than expected. Pending any questions, I would ask for your approval of this resolution.
If there aren't any comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 53321.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 53321 has been adopted. Resolution number 53421, resolution authorizing supplemental appropriations related to the bonds issued for the refunding of certain outstanding general obligation bonds of the county.
Commissioners, this resolution would authorize a supplemental appropriation of $79.7 million to account for the taxable advance refunding of the Series 2013 and Series 2014 general obligation bonds of the county that will close tomorrow. The Board of Commissioners authorized the refunding on April 6th, and the bonds were sold pursuant to competitive sale on June 16th. Fifth Third Securities submitted the lowest bid for both series of bonds, and the combined transaction resulted in a net present value debt service savings of approximately $7.0 million. Pending any questions, I would ask for your approval of this resolution.
If there aren't any comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 53421.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 53421 has been adopted. Resolution number 53521, resolution authorizing Franklin County's approval of Purdue Pharma LP bankruptcy plan in regard to the civil litigation against opiate drug manufacturers and distributors.
Good morning, Commissioners. Chris Long, Deputy Administrator. In 2018, the Board declared that opiate abuse, addiction, morbidity, and mortality as a serious public health and safety crisis, and also retained National Counsel to represent the Board in the interests of the county relating to the investigation and pursuit of civil litigation. Purdue Pharma is the company that developed and manufactured OxyContin, and Purdue Pharma filed for bankruptcy in 2019 after being named as a defendant in thousands of civil lawsuits. There is a proposed Chapter 11 plan of reorganization, the plan of Purdue Pharma in connection with the bankruptcy action, and the plan is now before bankruptcy court for final confirmation. As part of the process, all creditors who filed a proof of claim against the bankruptcy estate are being asked to vote on the plan that emerged from the settlement negotiations. Counsel retained by the county have, for opiate litigation, recommend approval of the plan, and therefore this resolution would approve the plan as recommended by counsel. It would authorize the prosecuting attorney office and the county administrator to direct and authorize the board's approval of the plan no later than July 9th, and any other actions necessary to administer this approval that are not inconsistent with this resolution. Pending any questions, would ask for your approval.
Are there any other thoughts or questions? All All right, if there's no other comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 53521.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 53521 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Are there any journalizations?
I have 3 this morning, Commissioner, 2 from our friends at EDP. The first, case number ANX-26-21, an expedited Type 2 annexation petition, ANX-26-21, was filed with the Franklin County Economic Development and Planning Department on June 24th, 2021. The petition is requesting to annex 1.044 acres, more or less, from Mifflin Township to the city of Columbus. The petition will be considered by the Board of Commissioners on July 27th, 2021. Site 3751 Sunbury Road, PID numbers 190-000056 and 190-005131. The second, case number ANX-27-21, an expedited Type 2 annexation petition, ANX-27-21, was filed with the Franklin County Economic Development and Planning Department on June 30th, 2021. The petition is requesting to annex 0.4 acres, more or less, from Mifflin Township to the city of Columbus. The petition will be considered by the Board of Commissioners on August 3rd, 2021. Site 2540 Johnstown Road, PID number 190-000002. And last, from Commissioner Crawley. While conducting an in-depth holistic review of the committees that the Commissioner makes appointments to, Commissioner Crawley has affirmed the appointment of Ms. Nancy White to the Franklin County Planning Commission. All other appointments will be assessed for confirmation or reappointment in the coming weeks.
Outstanding. That concludes our general session. Are there members of the media who have any questions at this time? All right, seeing that there are none, that concludes our meeting. Everyone have a great day and a great rest of your week.
Thank you, everyone.